good races tonight. I'm looking forward to these features. I think we're going to see a good show tonight. Mid-season championship, another one of those nights, kind of like opening night.
Score tonight, compact 15 lappers for the fast feature, starting in the final position. Rookie in the division, making the fast feature tonight. The Parkway Auto Superstore, Route 39 Auto Salvage, State Farm, Fox Auto Salvage, Industrial Machinery number 21. Two feature wins this season, 15 features for New Philadelphia, Dave Jaber. On the outside of what is row number 5. He didn't get here in time for qualifying. We got here in time for the team looked pretty strong. Now he's got to come from near the back of the feature. Better driver on a compact division, the Cans Oil, hot body stop, then falling 8-inch, clean, stiff, level speeding, pulling cars in the line from New Philadelphia, West Dennis.
In the 9th starting position, to the low side, his brother. In the Ennis Racing, Swaney Racing, car number 57, 4th place in our standings, having a solid year in 2014. From New Philadelphia, the South Philly pizza car of Larry Ennis Jr. In our 8th starting position, tonight's top qualifier, driving the backup car, the Trenton Service Tire, Brewhouse, El Pueblito, Mexican Cuisine, South Philly Pizza, JD Byrider, and Wisman Motorsports. Car number 3, 4 feature wins. The points leader from New Philadelphia, Kyle Grove. In the 7th starting position, picked up his first career feature victory a week ago. The Finlayson Towing Kiefer Auto number 15, 7th in our points from Bolivar, Kyle Finlayson. Starting 6th, this car has been bad fast the last couple of weeks. The RB Motors, Happy Valley Trucking, PM Realty. Sponsored number 175 from Dover, Justin Renneker. In the 5th starting spot, driving car number 18, a longtime driver of what was a number 41, the Route 39 Auto Salvage, Leggett's Tires, Sensel Finicum Insurance, car number 18, 5th in the standings entering this night's racing. A good qualifying effort for Barnhill's Tim Frederick. Starting outside of row number 2, the Dr. Gregory E. Kensinger Dentistry, Nana's Magnify Candles, Minerva Skate Rink, Burwell Service, number 19 from Malvern. 3rd in our points, Clayton Oliver. In the 3rd starting spot. Consistent runs this year have propelled him into the number 2 position in our points. The Mid-Vid Racing Video, Bucky Auto Sales, Dennison Yard, Amber Care, Parkway Auto Group, car number 69, 2-time stock compact champion from Sherrisville, Dan Bucky.
Good luck, Dan.
Starting in the 2nd spot. She performed her own interview during intermission tonight. The M&D Designs TNT Television Senior Ponchos, number 17. She's won a fast feature and a slow feature tonight from Louisville, Lainey Stresky.
Oh, this one, yeah.
And on the pole position, driving the DNA Towing Pringles Auto Body car number 75 from New Philadelphia, Chase Beatty.
Yep.
That is your starting field fast feature for the compacts. They put on a great show week in and week out. 3 wide, 2 wide, and even sometimes 4 wide racing, Chris. And next time around, we will go green flag racing. We're going to go 15 laps and the Canton Auto Salvage Compact Division for their A feature tonight. Mid-season championship trophy on the line, a little bigger than their normal trophies, and double points. Very important. If they're racing for points in 2014, this is a chance to pick up some crucial and important points. 75 of Beatty, 17 of Stresky. To the green in turn 4. Chief starter Terry Coletti looks him over. And we're underway at Midvale Speedway. Fast feature, first feature of the night. And we've already got them 3, even 4 wide. Some slight contact with Bucky and Beatty. Up the banking they go. That takes the lane away from the 175 of Renneker. Beatty right in the middle of the track. Which way does he go? He's going to stay right there. They check up 19 of Oliver. He's going to come to a stop in the outside lane of turn number 3. Caution flag is out. a flat tire. The 175 of Reniker with definite issues as well. Reniker was playing it right. He went to the outside, and I think he's got a left front down. So Reniker going to the pits. And, yes, suspension issues and a flat tire on the 19 of Clayton Oliver. Wrong place at the right time for those drivers. The 18 of Frederick on the outside of row number 2. And will Kyle Grove go to the outside 3 wide and try to make that move on the high side? Here we go. And Bucky does get in there, and he is on the inside going into the first corner. Beatty still closes the door. Gave him a little bit of room. Beatty up the banking again. Down the back stretch. Bucky on the inside. We've got him 4 wide for a moment. Here comes Kyle Grove, the point leader in the 3. Wes Ennis, the 09, moving up. Beatty slipping back in the bottom lane. Now he's in the middle. Struski leads. Second spot is Frederick. Third is Grove. And earlier when you were asked the question, how's the compact feature going to play out? This looks like it's going to play out just as you said, Chris. Right now Beatty in the 75 up the track, though, with problems on the front of that car. Going to pull down into the infield, onto the edge of the track, and is doing some circles down there. So interesting cornering down there by Chase Beatty.
Yeah, I thought that he was going to pull down to the infield. We were going to stay under the green.
"14 laps to go." Struski pulling forward again. Frederick leaves the bottom open in the meantime as Grove tries to get there. Kyle Grove pulls alongside Frederick. Frederick up the track. And now Grove's going to look to the outside of Struski. Wes Ennis boxed in right now, the number 4 position. He's going to get to the inside of Bucky. He's there. Bucky tries to close the door, and he succeeds. Side by side for the number 1 position. Kyle Grove on the outside. Wes Ennis, flat right front tire on the 09.
Flat right front on the 09, Adam.
Yellow flag out for the 09 of Wes Ennis, flat right front tire. Wes Ennis got a good run to the inside coming off of 2 underneath Dan Bucky. Bucky closed the door. Contact was made, and Ennis cutting a right front tire. So a tough start to our compact fast feature tonight. These guys many a times go flag to flag. Because they're ready to go green, coming off of 4 next time around. 2 laps complete, 13 laps to go. We have open pits here at Midvale Speedway. It's just if they can get it done. Much like Clayton Oliver got his tire changed, he went a lap down, had a chance to come back out once we went back to a caution. So Ennis is going to hope for another caution right here so they can get back out. Off of turn number 4, Struski and Grove to the stripe, and the green is out. Struski on the inside, Grove on the outside. Kyle Grove, the point leader, the top qualifier. He goes into the number 1 spot. Struski in second. Battle for third between Bucky and Frederick. Bucky holding on to third for the completion of lap number 3. Struski pushes up high on the banking in turn 2. Opens up the bottom lane momentarily, but Bucky wasn't close enough to get there. So Frederick and Bucky continue to go at it for third. Frederick takes third at the line, this time from Dan Bucky. Right now boxed in is last week's feature winner, Kyle Finlayson. Ennis in the 57 there as well. 21 car of Jayberg running by himself, the rookie. as Grove leads the way, sets the pace. Just in a cruise out at the front of the pack as the drivers battle second, third, fourth, and fifth, all in the same pack, battling for the runner-up spot. 6 in, 9 to go this time for Grove. Dan Bucky currently looks for an opening. Struski and Frederick side by side for second. Finlayson might go to the outside. Finlayson might go to the outside if the chance arises. Here comes Ennis in the 57, makes it a battle for the number 5 spot. Ennis has the tire change but needs a yellow to get back out. They don't send him out during green. We are halfway, 8 laps in, 7 laps to go. Grove cruising, in fact. The field closing on him on the backstretch. Struski, tire smoke coming off the right front of that car. The car pushes a little bit on exit of the turn. It was 6 to go that time. We'll see 5 to go this time by mid-season championship for the Canton Auto Salvage Compact Division, and Kyle Grove leads the way. Struski really putting a lot of stress on that right front tire. Struski and Frederick second and third. Bucky running in the 4 spot. Frederick running, make it Finlayson now running 5th in the tire tracks of Frederick. 4 to go. To be 3 to go this time for the number 3 of Kyle Grove. Just cruising at the front of the field, and that battle continues. 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th, all in a battle basically since the start of this race, since we've gone back to green. One-man show at the front of the field, though. Now Frederick has cleared Struski for 2nd. Frederick should have an easy runner-up finish in this race. 2 to go. Frederick was worried about the engine blowing crisp, but right now that thing's running strong. A 3 car of Grove leading the way. They're coming to the white flag. White flag is out. 1 lap to go. 14 complete. Coming off of turn number 4 to the checkered flag, the 3 of Kyle Grove has Frederick right there, but Frederick runs out of time as this race comes to an end. Frederick finishes 2nd. Again, there you have Grove getting out front like that. It's been a couple weeks since he's been able to do just that. But the rest of the field, good battles. 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, all in the same pack. The 87 of Lenny Orr. Green flag is out. Your leader, the number 8 car, Brad McLean. Eight car, Brad McLean leading the way. 2nd, the 69 of Dan Bucky. Problems for the 175 of Justin Reniker. Orr spins it sideways, heading down into the 3rd corner. Brad McLean leads the way in that number 8 car. Into the battle now for 2nd on the move, the 09 of Wes Ennis. Ennis making his way toward the front. 3 laps to go. Look out, Bucky losing a wheel off of the car. 69 of Bucky losing the right rear. Had a mishap in practice earlier. The points leader was coming down the front stretch. Another competitor got up in the wall and then clipped the right side of Bucky's machine.
Hey, Adam, Gabe wants 2 Ponderosa tickets.
Not happening. If anybody's getting them, I'm getting them.
And it's really bad whenever my kid's boyfriend comes and wins something at the racetrack. That's always fun,
I don't know. We're going to have to look into that. 4 laps to go. It's the 8 car of Brad McLean in the 09 of Wes Ennis. We're back underway. Jeffrey Orr driving the 87 reportedly on the outside lane, trying that third groove out. That a car that he's been running on dirt. It's won a couple features at 250's dirt track in that ride. Up front, it's going to be Wes Ennis in the 09 taking the number 1 spot. 8 car of Brad McLean in the 2nd position. 15 of Kyle Finlayson up to 3rd, and 4th the 18 of Tim Frederick. 2 laps to go this time at the line for Wes Ennis, who's out front running strong. White flag this time, 1 more lap to go for the 09 of Wes Ennis. Wes Ennis, a huge lead build up over the 8 of McLean, the 15 of Finlayson, the 57 of Ennis, as we will come to the checkered flag off of turn number 4, claiming the win. Wes Ennis, 2nd spot to the 8 of Brad McLean. Good run for McLean tonight. In our fast feature for the Canton Auto Salvage Compact Division, we are underway. Clayton Oliver into the lead in the 19. He's trying to bring Brad McLean along with him. It's going to be Oliver pulling out front. He'll be able to use a preferred groove at Midvale Speedway, heading through 3 and 4, drops down to the bottom lane. Brad McLean in the outside groove. Bruce Gibson around the inside of the racetrack for the first lap. 1 lap complete of our scheduled 15. Oh, a little bit of contact between Larry Ennis Jr. and the 18 of Frederick. Incidental, but it nearly turned Frederick sideways and around. Clayton Oliver pulling away. Here comes the 57 of Ennis. A little contact there with the 75 of Beatty. Wes Ennis in the 09 following his brother. But meanwhile, Clayton Oliver leads the way out front. Bruce Gibson runs in 2nd. We've got him 3 wide, almost 4 wide for a moment.
Oliver currently your runner-up in points, Adam, looking for that first victory of 2014.
Yeah, 4 laps in. Didn't qualify as well tonight. It gave him a pretty good starting spot. And Clayton Oliver leading by several car lengths, and this will not help his effort because we have a spin coming off of turn number 2. Gonna bring out the yellow. Before the 175 of Brenneker, 15 of Finlayson. Some of the other fast cars get to the front. Even Frederick in the 18 has been improved lately. Picked up a win on mid-season championship night. Clayton Oliver into the lead. Half a car length advantage heading into the 3rd turn. Oliver out front. In 2nds, Gibson. Outside lane sliding back a little bit. Inside lane moving forward, trying to thread the needle as Frederick. Gibson closes the door. Contact on the front stretch. And we've got them piling up, heading into the first turn.
Green flag back in the air.
Clayton Oliver, yes, on the inside. Frederick's going to take the lead. Frederick into the number 1 spot. Here comes Justin Rinneker in the 175. Rinneker trying to get around Oliver for second. Oliver had a great chance to maybe win this feature if it weren't for the caution flags. He's had a couple of them. Has slowed the pace and bunched the field up tonight. '18 of Frederick leading the way. Second spot is 175 Rinneker. Third is Oliver. Fourth is Lenny Orr in the 87.
Battle for the race lead. Rinneker has caught Frederick for that race lead. Looking to the outside into turn number 3. Frederick on the bottom. Rinneker on the top. Side by side for third place as well. Lenny Orr and Clayton Oliver.
Battle for the lead. The 18 of Frederick, 175 of Rinneker. Side by side for the number 1 spot. Rinneker pulling forward. Down to our final 4 laps this time. 4 laps to go. And the battle continues up front. Frederick inside has the lead at the line. Pretty good competition. 3 different packs of battles going on in our compact fast feature. Pulling forward a little bit, now backing up a little bit for the race lead. Rinneker in the 175. Frederick pushing high, trying to make the lane a little bit longer around this track for the 175 of Rinneker. Down to 2.5 to go. They head down into turn number 3. Final 2 laps coming up. 2 laps to go for Frederick and Rinneker. Battle for third continues. Lenny Orr going to move up into third.
Frederick making that car wide off of the corners, doing what he needs to do to hold that 175 at bay. Coming to the white flag at him.
White flag is out. He pushes up a little bit here. Rinneker tries to get underneath him. Now he protects the bottom. Going to give himself whiplash, looking back and forth to see where Rinneker is. He's up the track a little bit, and now they're a half a lap to go. Can Frederick hold off Rinneker? Into turn 3. Rinneker applies some bumper. Applies some more bumper. They're coming to the stripe. He turns him at the line. Frederick's going to pick up the victory as they cross the line at the double checkered.
Notice it says, haters love me because I'm awesome on the back of that 18.
So the 18 of Frederick claiming the victory. Bringing home his second win in a row. Pretty competitive compact feature tonight, Chris. There were a number of drivers with a chance to win. Bad breaks for Clayton Oliver as it looked like he was a possible threat to win his first feature, and just those cautions hurt him. Kept bunching the field up and taking his big lead away. As the Route 39 Auto Salvage, number 18, pulls into victory lane. Leggett Tire, another one of the sponsors on this ride. Your winner, Tim Frederick. Tim, congratulations. Second win in a row, won on midseason championship night after a disqualification tonight. Able to hold off the 175. You were kind of making him run a little bit wider, trying to hold his momentum back. You know those cars very fast, and he was going to be tough to beat. You held him off.
Yeah, I held him off. This one's a legit win, so it didn't win by DQ on this one.
This one here, you come off at turn 4, and he laid the chrome horn to you.
Yeah, I was hoping I'd finish it backwards, though.
Oh, you were close. You came up very close, but congratulations on the win.
Thanks. I want to thank Route 39 Auto Salvage, Leggett's Tire, and Amsoil, Jared Martin.
Your winner tonight, Tim Frederick.
All right, do a little late model grid walk over here. Roger's car's been getting better and better each and every week. You got anything for him starting on the pole tonight?
I think so. I'm going for the win.
Hey, the 43 was in victory lane in NASCAR last week. Let's put the 43 in victory lane tonight.
I'm going to try.
Roger Smith will start from the pole. The outlaw Joe Leinert almost got your car ready to go. You got anything for him in his 23 tonight?
I don't know. We're going to try. We're getting more comfortable with this one.
Good luck tonight, buddy. Good to see you back in the ride.
All right, man. Thanks.
Top qualifier in the 175 in the number 8. Look out up front. Trouble coming off for the start, and we got them piling up, and the caution's out. Our top two, I believe, bumped tires. I believe our top two bumped tires in turn 4, causing our issue. And nowhere to go for Kyle Rector in the 22 car. Tim Frederick in the 18 was on the outside lane. Larry Ennis Jr. was on the inside lane. They bumped tires. I don't know whether it was inadvertent. They were just racing each other close, getting ready for the start. 57 of Larry Ennis Jr. and Clayton Oliver in the 19 come to green and looking to the inside. The 69 of Dan Bucky makes it 3 wide already. Bucky to the inside. He'll take second, but Oliver able to clear him and takes the lead.
Pretty good race up front. Clayton Oliver, Dan Bucky, and Kyle Finlayson. Now here comes Renneker. Top 4 machines into turn number 3. Renneker thinking about 3 wide.
And we've seen him make that move before. We've seen Kyle Grove make that move. We've seen Kyle Finlayson use the high lane to make some moves in the outside groove way up by the wall. But those are pretty fast cars he's trying to pass right now. Renneker might not be able to make that third lane pass with those cars that are in front of him. In fact, Finlayson now starts to go for the lead. Kyle Finlayson to the outside for the lead. Clayton Oliver on the inside lane. Oliver gets it sideways down in turn 1. Finlayson half a car length advantage as they head to turn 3. 3 laps to go this time. 5 laps in. There's a little bit of contact to the inside, trying to thread the needle. The 175 of Justin Renneker. Just a slight little touch-up down in turn number 4, and now it's side by side between Oliver and Renneker. 2 laps to go this time at the line. Final 2 laps as Oliver and Renneker go at it for the lead. Pretty good racing so far tonight. Track looks like it's coming in nicely for the racing action as Renneker pulls ahead by a car length. 15 car of Finlayson to the outside now of the 19 of Oliver. White flag is out. 1 to go for Justin Reneker.
What a move to thread the needle there off of turn number 4, and that's going to be the race-winning move, it looks like.
Reneker down the backstretch into the third corner. Races to 4. The RB Motors, Happy Valley Trucking, PM Realty, car 175. Justin Reneker wins. Oliver second. Finlayson third. Finishing fourth, the 09 of Innes. And taking fifth, the 69 of Dan Bucky. The RB Motors, Happy Valley Trucking, PM Realty, car number 175. Put your hands together for Justin Reneker. Pretty quickly and try to make a 3-wide move and get to the front. I would think Rector would do it first, and Reneker will follow him shortly thereafter. The green flag is out. We're underway. Blaine Salisbury gets the good start up front, goes into the lead. We are 3 wide, but really wasn't because those two drivers went out there. They're threading the needle, looking inside and outside. Stresky there in the 17. Now we're 3 wide up in front of them. Look out going into turn number 3. Leading is Salisbury. 3 wide coming off of turn number 4. Clayton Oliver in second. The 22 car of Rector takes over third. Reneker threading the needle. It wasn't so much going outside 3 wide, Chris. They're threading the needle up the middle. So Rector now for the second spot goes to the high lane of Clayton Oliver. Blaine Salisbury leads the way. Second spot, Clayton Oliver. In third right now, the 22 of Rector.
Rector now up into that second spot. Oliver back to third. Here comes Reneker looking to take over that third spot on the outside off of turn number 2.
4 of Salisbury has broken out of his qualifying time. He'll be receiving the black flag. New leader is Kyle Rector in the 22. Moving into second, the 175 of Justin Reneker. Again, the leader has broken out of his qualifying time. Salisbury under his time, but that car running much better tonight than it has been. Looks like they've got a lot of the bugs worked out of it. Reneker has caught Kyle Rector. And for third, Kyle Finlayson on the move. Big stack up of cars deep in the pack. They're able to continue on down in turn 4 as Bucky got to the inside of Stresky. She tried to get to the bottom. And for the lead in turn 3, here we go. Rector has Reneker to the inside, and Reneker takes over at the line. We're halfway, 8 laps in, 7 laps to go. Pretty good racing in our compact so far. A little bit of beating and banging deep in the pack. They were able to get it in the right direction. Rector losing sight, well, not losing sight necessarily, but losing ground a little bit on the 175 of Justin Reneker. Couple of car links behind him coming off of 2. Loose wheel on the 22. Watch this. Watch out John Neely down in the corner as the wheel goes up and hits Dale Beatty. Beatty stops the tire and wheel into the pits.
Came off the 09 of Ennis.
Oh, went Ennis, yes. Came off coming out of 4. Reneker and Rector first and second. Green flag is out. And yellow flag back out. Which Travis Braden won the St. Amant Memorial down there. Coming to green, 10 laps in, 5 laps to go. I should have said spoiler alert first as we're underway. Reneker into the lead. Rector running in second. He'll try to get to the bottom, I would think, but it's going to be Finlayson getting down there first. Finlayson to the inside of Rector. All the cars crossing the line. Lap 11 complete. Will be 3 to go. This one might not be over yet. Reneker protecting the bottom, but if he pushes up a little bit, Finlayson might be there. Finlayson looking for his second win of the year. Reneker, Finlayson, Rector, first, second, and third. There's Frederick, a beautiful number 18 machine in fourth. He got a little sideways going into 3. He's closing the gap on the top 3, though. Frederick in the old school number 18. Looks like our compacts when we first started the compact division many years ago. White flag coming up, 1 to go. Final lap for the 175 of Reneker. Can Finlayson get him? He's going to go to the outside and try it. He's going to drop back to the inside lane. Reneker protects the bottom, doesn't allow Finlayson to the inside. They race to 3. Checkered flag coming up off of 4. Reneker pushes up. Finlayson looks to the inside, and Reneker wins. Finlayson second. Third spot to Rector. Fourth to Frederick, and fifth to the 19 of Oliver. Good run in sixth spot to the 8 of McLean. And feature winner Justin Reneker. 15 is Kyle Finlayson, 22 Kyle Rector, and the 09 is Wes Ennis. And the green flag is out. We are underway, and we saw some 3-wide racing in our last heat race for the street stocks. We're going to see some now in the compacts as Wes Ennis, the top qualifier, puts his car in the outside lane. Will he be able to make it work out there? Dan Bucky still side by side with Dale Beatty for the lead. Beatty leads out the line, though. That's just the second week out for this 97 car. Beatty brought it here last week. Didn't qualify all so well, but ran good in his heat race. I think he broke out of his qualifying time. He moved into the fast feature and was pretty competitive. So Beatty going to be another strong challenger. Bucky will lead lap number 2 as Reneker now will thread the needle for third. Justin Reneker, last week's winner of heat and feature action. The 175 on his way forward. Beatty leading, Bucky in second. Oh, Clayton Oliver sideways down in 3 and 4. May have gotten some help. 3-car battle for the number 1 spot. Reneker looking for an opening. I think he's quick enough to get past those 2 cars if he can find the opening he needs. But Bucky right now keeping him boxed in by battling for the number 1 spot. We're halfway, 4 and 4 to go. Reneker's chance almost took place right there. Reneker tried to thread the needle for a moment, thought better of it. Now again, he looks toward the outside, looks back to the inside, goes into the corner, makes some contact. Up the banking they go. Now Reneker in the outside lane. Reneker to the outside of Beatty. For the lead, Reneker. Justin Reneker looking for yet another win here as of late in that very fast 175 car. Reneker will take the lead, coming to the line, 2 to go.
Really thought Bucky was going to pull the crossover right there, but just not quite enough horsepower in that 69.
At 175, one of the dual overhead cam cars, and it makes a difference down the straightaway. Not a huge difference, but makes enough of a difference. Those cars also seem to handle extremely well. White flag coming out this time, 1 to go for Justin Reneker. Kyle Rector trying to make his way up through. He's been boxed in since the start of this one. Some beating and banging going on deep in the field. Kind of a result of close racing. Off of turn 4, checkered flag will be out. The winner will be the 175 of Justin Reneker. Second to Dale Beatty. Third to Bucky. Fourth to Finlayson. Fifth spot to the 22 of Rector. Number 175 from Dover. Let's hear it for Justin Reneker.
Hey, when you were talking about dual overhead cams, Gabe wants to know if that's kind of like the car that you drove in the officials race last year.
I don't know if I was the only one that had one out there in the officials race, though. Did not. Green coming off of turn number 475 of Chase Beatty, and the one of Brandon France bring him in, and we've already got him 3 and 4 wide heading into the first turn. Look out. Nice job by Ennis to check up to allow the cars back to the bottom, or we may have had a crash. Here comes the 69 of Bucky to the inside. He rubs him up a little bit. More contact. Ennis comes to a stop on the bottom. Yellow out. Drivers will be looking to get to the front quickly. They don't want to get boxed in. That's the thing. You don't want to tear your car up on the first lap, but you don't want to get boxed in and fall all the way back to 10th either. So who will make the move and who will make the right move? Who will end up on a tow truck? Green flag coming out of 4, 15 laps from the finish. We're underway. To the outside lane goes Dale Beatty in the 97. Up the banking went the 57 of Ennis. Look out. Cars piling in. And we've got him stopped up in turn number 2. Yellow flag out. Caution for another restart. Tim Frederick goes down through the infield. Stopped up there. Justin Renneker's climbed out from behind the wheel of his car. Last week's top qualifier and feature winners. Ennis did push up a little bit in turns 1 and 2. Not sure what happened with the 57, but of course, it's a real cluster of cars trying to make their way through 1 and 2 on that first lap or two.
And Wes Ennis has some front end damage. Looks like he's going to pull pit side. Dale Beatty also with his bumper. Let the crew remove that bumper.
So Gales Recycle It, Freeway Motor Cars, and rent-to-own night at Midvale Speedway back underway. The green is out. Well, Bucky's going to try it in that third lane. He's going to see if he can make a go of it. I don't know if he's going to be able to, but it might turn into the second groove for him as Brandon France goes out front momentarily. 75 of Chase Beatty still challenging. Bucky still up on what would be the cushion at a dirt track. Outside lane for the 69 of Bucky. On the move is Kyle Rector in the 22 car. He's trying to get inside of Bucky. He will coming off the corner, and Rector threading the needle will take the second spot from Dan Bucky. So Bucky pushed up a little too high over in turn 2, loses a position. Be able to get down now into that inside lane. Chase Beatty hits him going into the corner. That's going to actually hurt Beatty though, because Ennis got to the inside of him. And now he's in the middle of a sandwich. Rector leads. Second is France, who's running extremely well tonight. Third, the 69 of Bucky. Fourth, the 18 of Frederick. Look out going into the turn. Some contact Beatty makes with Frederick. 57 of Ennis moving forward. 15 of Finlayson trying to move up. He's caught out in that third lane. Good points race so far for the 69 of Bucky. Has a few positions between himself and his closest point challenger, the 19 of Clayton Oliver. Under a full moon tonight at Midvale Speedway, we complete lap number 5 this time. 5 in, 10 to go for Kyle Rector. Man, Frederick and Bucky get together in turn 4. Been a pinball out there a little bit at times. A number of the drivers on this track for the Canton Auto Salvage Compact Fast feature. 4-second Bucky to the outside. Bucky looking to the outside of France for the number 2 position. Rector all by himself. And France continues to run in the runner-up spot. Bucky on the outside of France, going for second. We're going to be halfway this time, 8 laps in, 7 to go. It's not taken Brandon France very long to become competitive. This is about his 3rd night of racing in the number 1 car. He's doing an outstanding job this evening, as now he's fallen to 3rd at the line. Bucky moves up to 2nd. Battle for second and third continues. Frederick runs in fourth. Fifth spot is Finlayson. Sixth is Ennis. Seventh is Oliver. Eighth, Beatty. Ninth, Dale Beatty. And 10th, Laney Stresky. 5 laps to go this time. 5 to go at the line for the 22 of Kyle Rector, who has a monumental lead built up. One of the biggest leads we've seen in any division this season, and Rector has it.
The thing about that 22, Adam, is he's not off the throttle very much at all in the corners. He pretty much gets it in deep, lets it roll, and is right back in the throttle.
And he started deep in the field, too. He was our second fast qualifier, so Rector, our second fast qualifier, has really put it to him tonight. In fact, he's letting off real early now. He's got his dad down by the finish line, kind of waving at him a little bit, telling him he doesn't need to go so fast, just to keep it in the right direction, doesn't need to overdrive it. Kyle Rector leading, 2 laps to go at the line this time, 13 complete for Kyle Rector. Bucky, good points run again. Bucky has had some bad luck as of late, but man, tonight is in second. White flag is coming out for Rector. Off of turn number 4, 1 to go for the New Philadelphia driver.
I think I just seen Rector making himself a cup of coffee in there.
I wouldn't be surprised. He has time to stop by the concession stand, grab a dollar dog. Checkered flag coming up off of turn number 4. Claiming the win will be Kyle Rector, his second of the season. Second place battle. Frederick makes some contact with Bucky. Bucky finishes in second. Frederick third. Brandon France, great run in fourth. Finishing fifth is Finlayson. 6th spot, Ennis. 7th, Clayton Oliver. 8th, Chase Beatty. 9th, Laney Stresky. And 10th, Dale Beatty. Good race. Second fast in qualifying is Wes Ennis, the 09 top qualifier, the 22 of Kyle Rector. And the green is out. Rector, the 22, was fast qualifier earlier tonight and won last Saturday's feature event. The top 2 in our points are out front of this race in the old-style Cavalier cars. Leading the way, the number 19 of Clayton Oliver. He is second in points. Dan Bucky, the point leader on the outside lane. Drifting back a little bit has Tim Frederick going to the inside. So we're going to complete our second lap this time for our Canton Auto Salvage Compact Division. Leading, Bucky way up the track into the third lane. Loses 2 or 3 spots as Oliver leads lap number 2 for the second position. All ready for the lead from the back of the field. Kyle Rector has that car hooked up tonight. Oliver on the inside, Rector on the outside, and Rector is going to go into the number 1 position. Rector out front takes over the lead. Oliver in second. Third place battle between the 15 of Finlayson and the 18 of Frederick. Halfway, 4 in, 4 to go. Kyle Rector, sizable lead build up. He did that last week in the feature as well. Had about a half track lead build up in the feature. Rector's picked up a couple of feature wins this season. Into second spot comes Finlayson in the 175. I want to mention Cody Kaler is driving the 175, not Renneker this week. Cody Kaler filling in for Justin Renneker. Kaler, former compact and sports stock competitor at Midvale Speedway, and Cody Kaler moving up.
I raced against Cody in that 95 a time or 2.
In the sports stock division?
That's affirmative.
Coming off of turn number 4 to the white flag. 1 to go for Rector.
He's seen a lot of the back of the number 10 machine, I believe, if I remember right.
I don't know about that. Well, yeah, because he did qualify better. Coming off of turn number 4, it's going to be the number 22 of Rector bringing home the victory from the back of the field. 3 wide battle going through 3 and 4 for the final spots. Finlayson takes second. Third spot to the 175 of Kaler. Pretty good run there.
I just remember the yellow sports stock. It almost reminded me of a Paul Murray-esque machine.
Similar colors. At the line, your winner. Let's hear it for top qualifier and heat winner, Kyle Rector. The Trenton Service Tire, Brewhouse, El Pueblito Mexican Cuisine, and Brandon France to bring them in. Down into the first corner we go. We race into the first turn. France on the outside will take the lead. Struski up the banking, a little bit of contact. Here comes. A couple of cars from deep in the field. The 09 of Ennis on the move, looking for, I believe, his first win of the year if he can get there. And Kyle Rector following him closely for the lead. Bucky will lead lap number 1. We've got caution. Turn number 4 and on the front stretch, so debris bringing out the first yellow. We'll have a complete restart. And Brandon France in the 1 going to bring him in again in turn number 4. Going to have a caution. Laney Struski picking up the pace a little too soon down in turn number 4. Struski started the race just about where the Super Modifieds did. So we're going to line him up again double wide and try it for a complete restart. Blaine Salisbury in the 4, pulling to the infield. Dale Beatty also a non-starter. Green flag is out. Down into the first corner, 3 wide, France in the middle. Bucky the point leader on the outside. This could get scary down into the corner. France, though, checks up, goes into the second groove. Here comes again Wes Ennis, the 09, making headway toward the front as they complete lap number 1. 1 lap down, we've got him 3 wide from the front of the back to the back of the pack, and out front comes Dan Bucky in car number 69. He goes into the lead, but the car to watch, one of our top qualifiers, second quick in qualifying, the 09 of Wes Ennis. Ennis up to second. Cody Kaler in the 175 is in the middle now. He's got Kyle Rector in the outside groove. Rector's going to move up into third. Kaler going to follow him into fourth. Laney Struski, the pole sitter, falling back. Crossing the line, 3 laps in and 12 laps to go as Dan Bucky and Wes Ennis battle it out. Wes Ennis pulling forward, half car length advantage. But it is a 3-car battle at the front of the field. Pretty good racing action tonight here at Midvale Speedway. The leader at the line, the 09 of Wes Ennis.
France pulls to the infield, problems with the 1 machine.
Had some problems last night and broke the axle last night at 250 Speedway. Finished 4th in our feature here last week at Midvale. Nearly a spin by Bucky, good save. He's going to continue in the 3rd position. Six laps in, 9 to go, as Ennis leads at the line. For the 3rd position now, 3rd and 4th, we're going to have Dan Bucky in the position, but right now, the Justin Renneker car driven by Cody Kaler wants it. Cody Kaler, oh, contact up front. Rector turns, Ennis sideways. Wes Ennis in the 09. 6 laps in, 9 laps to go. Ready for green coming off of turn 4. Ennis and Bucky, bring him in. Down into the corner, side by side, up front. Bucky running that second groove. Cody Kaler's put himself in contention here now, getting to the inside of Bucky for second. Bucky might get caught in that outside lane and get shuffled deep in the field. Finlayson also moving forward. Finlayson to the inside of Bucky. Remember, Bucky in a points battle with the 19 of Oliver. So right now he's still adding to his point lead as Oliver, that car not right, maybe had some contact earlier that has slowed him down. 8 laps in, 7 to go for Ennis. Right now Rector is boxed in the 22. Going to try to thread the needle here. He will. Bucky moves out of the way. Now he's just 1 spot ahead of his closest point contender, Clayton Oliver. So Rector Has 6 laps to go this time at the line, and he's up to 5th. He's looking for 4th. Crosses the line in the number 4 position. We'll look to the outside of Finlayson. Finlayson, though, takes the lane away, slows down a little bit as his car pushed way up the banking. And now Frederick, the 18 car, made some contact, nearly spun himself out, and now Rector makes a nice move, goes to the inside of Finlayson for 3rd. But here's the problem, like we mentioned earlier. Once he gets there, the problem is the lead's going to be built up, and that's the case. Kaler running 2nd, and Ennis way out front. 4 laps to go, 11 complete for Wes Ennis.
Rector needs a caution, and Wes Ennis does not want to see it.
Yeah, Ennis has this one in the bag if he doesn't get a caution. Cody Kaler having himself a nice return. It's been a few years since he's been behind the wheel. Filling in for Justin Rinneker tonight, getting the bug again. And I believe he has his own automotive shop now. And he's running in the number 2 position. Cody Kaler. 22 of Rector in 3rd. Running 4th is Kyle Finlayson, and Tim Frederick running in 5th.
White flag for Wes Ennis. Less than a lap to go, Adam.
Yeah, final lap, half a lap to go for Ennis. Takes it down into turn number 3. He'll race to 4, the Amsoil, Haas Body Shop, Ennis Hauling, H&H Cleaning, Stiff Nipples Heating and Cooling, 09 of Wes Ennis, the win in our Compact A feature. Cody Kaler, good run in 2nd. 3rd spot to Rector, finishing 4th, the 15 of Finlayson, finishing 5th, the 18 car of Tim Frederick. Of top qualifier Kyle Rector. Green flag coming out of turn number 4. We are underway. And we have a caution flag out. Coming to green off of 4, Larry Ennis Jr. and Tim Frederick will bring him in. Into the lead, the 18 of Frederick, trying to garner some big points on the leader. The 69 of Swaney. 09 of Ennis. Feature win last week for the 09 of New Philadelphia driver Wes Ennis. Caught up in that second lane. Compact's able to maneuver that second groove pretty well up in 3 and 4. Hopefully the water will subside as the night goes on. Frederick leading the way. 2nd spot is Ennis. Battle for 3rd. 69 of Braden Swaney. 09 of Ennis, and Swaney's going to pick up the position at the line. Swaney up to 3rd. Up the banking goes Ennis for the lead again. Ennis picked up a 2nd place run, I think, in last week's 2nd feature. Swaney drives it into the inside lane, gets up beside him. And we keep on racing, a little bit of rubbing. Keep on racing. 18 car. 57 of Ennis, side by side with the 18 of Frederick. Black flag coming out for the 57 of Ennis. And now Swaney going for the lead as Ennis goes to the infield. Swaney for the lead, inside lane of Frederick, will take the spot at the line. Rector in the 22 car coming along as well. Rector up to 2nd, your top qualifier. From the back of the field up into the 2nd position, going back to the outside lane. Rector for the lead, 3 laps, make it 2 laps to go. Swaney, a champion 3 times, twice in the compact division, once in the stock compacts, and gets to drive a modified as well as a compact tonight. He's filling in for Dan Bucky. He's got a chance to pick up the win. 1 lap to go. Swaney leads the way. Swaney the advantage. It's Rector looking to the outside. So far, can't make it happen. First and second racing side by side into corner 3. Coming to corner number 4, checkered out. Rector's got a run on him to the outside lane. Swaney picks up the victory by about a half a car length. Rector a good run in second. Third spot to Wes Ennis. Fourth to Tim Frederick. And a fifth spot to Justin Reneker. Pretty good run for Braden Swaney back in a compact tonight as he drives the 27 modified, but Dan Bucky couldn't be here. So Swaney garnering some points for the current leader. The Mid-Vid, Bucky Auto Sales, Dennison Yard, Ember Care, and Parkway Auto Group number 69. Let's hear it for Braden Swaney. And McIntosh Oil Company, the official fuel provider of Midvale Speedway. Ready for green, coming off of 4. Stresky the 17, Oliver the 19, and we're underway. Good start down in the 4th corner. It's going to be Oliver taking the advantage into the first turn. Clayton Oliver on the outside groove, pulling forward so far. Second lane does look good. Now here's where it's going to get a little bit treacherous. The outside lane of turns 3 and 4. It's not so bad for the compacts, though. Swaney does push up a little bit. That's going to allow Finlayson to the inside in the 15. Kyle Finlayson, Kyle Rector in the 22 is going to get through as Swaney's gotten shuffled back a little bit. Your leader, Clayton Oliver, in car number 19. Second is Salisbury in the 4. Running third is Stresky, the pole sitter, and fourth, the 57 of Ennis. It's Oliver leading the way now. Finlayson gets shuffled back in the 15 car all the way to the back of the field. Lenny Orr is going to be able to squeak by as those two race deep in the field. For the lead, soon to be a battle between the 19 of Oliver and the 4 car of Salisbury. Salisbury and Oliver starting to put some distance out in front of the 17 of Laney Stresky. We're going to complete lap number 4 this time. It will be 4 laps in and 11 laps to go for the 19 of Clayton Oliver. Oliver, Salisbury, Stresky, running fourth is Ennis, and on the move is his younger brother, Wes Ennis, on the outside lane. Rector makes it 3 wide on the inside. Heading into the third turn, Ennis checks up to avoid contact. Sportsmanlike driving there by Ennis. And Rector's the car to watch now, Chris. Rector up to 4th, soon going to be in 3rd. Kyle Rector, the top qualifier, is heading to the front.
Yeah, he's coming.
Right behind him, the 09 car of Ennis, as he was on that 3rd groove in the 3 wide battle. That doesn't work so well up there. Go through the slick stuff down in turns 3 and 4. Clean and green so far, closing on the halfway mark. Going to be 7 laps in this time by, with 8 laps remaining for the 19 of Clayton Oliver. Oliver has Salisbury challenging. Salisbury looked high. Oliver protecting a little bit to the high groove on the entrance of the turns. This time it will be the cross flags. It'll be 8 laps in, 7 laps to go for Oliver. Salisbury and the top qualifier Rector is right there. Kyle Rector right with the lead battle. Salisbury had an opening for a moment. The opening closed up, and here comes Rector to the outside lane for the lead. Rector kept trying the outside groove on Swaney in the heat race. Couldn't make it happen, but right now he looks to be making it happen. Rector for the lead, down in 1 and 2. Oliver on the inside. Driver from Malvern. Driver on the outside from New Philadelphia. Rector, a former front runner with the compact division. Oliver trying to hold on to the lead. This is going to be a big points night. Even if he falls back a couple positions, he does lose the lead at the line to Kyle Rector. For the second position, 4 car of Salisbury, the 09 of Wes Ennis have closed the gap, and Reneker has come from deep in the field in the 175 as well.
And Rector's the only one that we didn't interview. I wonder if that's an omen.
Got a caution. Laney Stresky has gone around in turn number 4. 5 laps to go. Running third is Salisbury, fourth is Ennis, fifth is Renneker in the 175. Running sixth, the 15 of Finlayson, who's making a recovery through the field, fell all the way to the back at the beginning. 5 to go. Green will come out of turn number 4. Here we go. Rector and Oliver down into the corner. Oliver trying to get to the inside, but Blaine Salisbury's already there. They're 3 wide behind him. Good move by Finlayson. And now Ennis is off the pace in the high lane, threading the needle, the 8 of Lenny Orr. Problems for Wes Ennis, last week's feature winner in the 09. Rector leading the way, second Salisbury, third is Renneker, and Ennis, after some good luck last week, having some bad luck tonight, pulls off into the infield. For the second position, here comes the 175 of Renneker. Gets to the inside of Salisbury, going to pick up the spot. 3 laps to go for Rector. Pretty good racing action in our fast feature for the Canton Auto Salvage Compact Division. Leading the way, the 22 car of Kyle Rector. Second spot, the 175 of Renneker. Third, the number 4 of Salisbury. And fourth, the 15 of Finlayson. Oh, contact back in the field. Getting together again. They keep on going. The 17 of Stresky, the 57 of Ennis. Still under power and still going. Coming to the white flag. It will be 1 lap to go. Final lap for the 22 of Rector. Half a lap to go for Rector in the 22 car. Going to be coming off of turn 4 to the checkered flag. Picking up the victory will be the 22 of Rector. Second spot, 175 car of Renneker. Third goes to Salisbury. Fourth to Finlayson. Oliver finishes in 5th. Frederick stopped over coming off of turn number 2. Pittsburgh Circle Track Club also in attendance tonight. They've been rained out a couple of times, but tonight was their makeup and got some pretty nice weather to come out and enjoy some action here at Midvale Speedway. So a warm welcome to the Pittsburgh Circle Track Club. They as well presenting plaques to all of our winners of feature action here tonight at Midvale Speedway. First of our 6 features complete. That one seeing just 1 caution flag. And seeing a lot of passing in the second lane up there. The compact's able to maneuver through 3 and 4 okay. Still see at least 1 spot of wetness, a couple spots of wetness up in the corner. But the El Pueblito Mexican Cuisine, Alcove Pet Store, Brew House, Trenton Service Tires. Bucky 18, Tim Frederick 15 is Kyle Finlayson, 19 Clayton Oliver, 22 is Kyle Rector. Rounding out our lineup in this fast heat, the 175 of top qualifier, Justin Renneker and Wes Ennis in car 09. Ennis arriving to the speedway late tonight, starting at the tail. We've got him 3 wide in our front row. Clayton Oliver sticks it to the outside lane. Up front, Dan Bucky leading the way at the line. Bucky trying to extend on his point lead. His closest 2-point challengers are the 18 of Frederick and the 19 of Clayton Oliver, and they're all in contention in our top 5 right now. Oh, and we've got some contact, and around goes the 18 car of Frederick. Caution out.
And not sure what happened there. It looked like the 18 was kind of going to go 3 wide. Then he ducked back in. Then he got spun.
Tim Frederick in the 18, ready for green, coming off of turn 4. Down into the first turn we go. Bucky Frederick in the 18, as well as the 19 car of Clayton Oliver, all competing for the championship this season. Now you can see they're tiptoeing a little bit, taking it easy, not wanting to slip and slide, not wanting to cause a mishap as they cross the line with 2 laps in. 2 laps in, 6 to go. It's going to be 3 in this time at the line. See Kyle Rector, feature winner a week ago, car number 22 on the move in the inside groove. Kyle Rector for the 3rd position. Rector for the third spot. Side by side, he races. Racing with Frederick in the 18 car. The 19 of Clayton Oliver taking a look to the high lane. Halfway this time. 4 laps in, 4 laps to go. Dan Bucky leading the way, running second. Finlayson running third, the 22 of Rector. As Rector now makes his move in the outside lane. Kyle Rector in the 22 car, one of the fastest all season long. Earlier this season was one of the number 3 cars, making his way into second. Going to be gone for the lead here shortly. Rector on the move. Rector side by side with a 69 of Bucky for the lead. And into the infield goes Kyle Finlayson in the 15. Rector for the number 1 spot. He'll take over the lead. Bucky back to second. Third spot, the 175 of Redeker. White is out. Final lap. Final lap for the 22 of Rector. Checkered flag coming out of turn number 4. Your win goes to Kyle Rector. Second spot to the 175 of Redeker. Third to the 69 of Bucky, and finishing fourth, the 19 of Clayton Oliver.
Second compact heat getting ready to head on to the speedway. Bobby Gainer in the 16, the 21 of Cody Jayberg. Laney Stresky in the 7.
Finlayson, Bucky, and Tim Frederick bringing them to green, coming off of turn number 4. Underway, final feature on this JD Byrider night at the races. Into the first corner we go, and it's Dan Bucky in the 69 going into the lead. Clean and green off of 2. Watching as it's 3 wide. Frederick threading the needle. No, it's going to be his needle was threaded by the 22 car of Rector. Rector up to second already. And Kyle Rector with this small invert tonight will be going for the lead. Rector for the lead coming off of turn number 2. Rector out front. He's likely to pull away and run away with this one. He has been outstanding. 3 feature wins, 2 of them coming in this car. Justin Redeker in the 175 in the 3rd position. Clayton Oliver in the 19 4th. Now Redeker set fast time in the 175 car. He's going to go to the outs. Oh, Blaine Salisbury got in the wall coming out of 4. That was a scary moment. Hear him check it up. Rector leads the way. Redeker in second. Bucky in third.
Is Redeker running him down at all, or no? Justin Redeker seemed to be closing in just a little bit on Rector.
He might start running them down a little bit. I'm looking at the times. They were pretty close that time, both in the 17.8s. We'll see what they do this time by. At the line, Rector, 18.0. Redeker, 17.7. He's going to run him down, Chris. And he's got 13 laps left to do it in this 20-lap feature.
Yeah, at least some of these kids can say they ran on a school day since it's after midnight.
I know there's going to be some kids, a little tired eyes tomorrow morning. But I think it's going to be well worth it. I know it's well worth it for the 18 of Tyler Schulich, who is a teenage driver that might have to go to work and or school tomorrow. Not sure, but he claims the victory in the modifieds.
And as this lead duo catches some lap traffic, this could get very interesting as Redeker is running Rector down.
Just about the halfway mark, going to be 10 laps in and 10 to go for Rector this time by. I thought this race is his when he got to the front like he did, and now he still has 10 laps left to hold off the 175 of Reneker. Go around the number 2 car of Jason Shaw. Got the 118 of Don Rufner III up next to go a lap down, and Rector catches him. Which way will he go? He's going to go to the outside. Oh, and now he closes the door on the outside lane. He thought he was going to go to the inside, so now Rector will squeeze through. Reneker going to go to the inside of Rufner. Actually hurt Rector for a moment, then it hurt Reneker a little bit, so both drivers were slowed up by the Rufner machine, making the start in the Frederick ride. Closing that gap is Reneker in the 175. They go to the inside now, the number 7 car of Koger. Koger moving over for the leaders. Reneker leads in the 22. Rector leads in the 22, rather. Reneker second in the 175. Third, the 69 of Dan Bucky. What a job he's doing right now, holding his point contenders at bay, as those second and third place point contenders are behind him by a few car lengths, running in 4th and 5th. Heavy traffic, and on the outside of 3 wide is the 22 of Rector. Rector, where do I go? Where do I go? He's running out of room. He gets to the inside of Jayberg. What a move by Rector. Here comes Reneker. Reneker up to the outside lane. And Gage Jayberg some contact. Beatty some contact. They continue on and will stay under green. Final 5 laps. 15 in, 5 to go. Flat tire on one of our cars, 75 of Beatty. Beatty's going to pull off into the infield. We'll stay under green for the time being. 4 laps to go. Battle continues between the 22 of Rector and the 175 of Reneker. They're going to catch some more slower traffic. Will it move to the outside? Most of these drivers not used to going a lap down in the 15 lappers and racing 2 features. Got some fast cars compared to what they're running tonight. They're moving to the high lane. Getting out of the way is Clark. Getting out of the way is Barrett. 17 of Stresky moving over. She's running in 9th, right around mid-pack. 18 cars started this race. Many of those still on the track. In fact, I believe about 16 of them are. Rector leads with 2 to go. Going to be coming to the white next time by. White flag coming up for the 22 car of Kyle Rector. Rector with 1 to go. Reneker in second. All the way back to third. Dan Bucky holding off Clayton Oliver. Gage Jayberg riding around the bottom lane. Not moving over for the lead lap cars.
Battle for the lead into 3.
Oh, here he comes. It's Reneker to the inside. I looked away for a moment, and Reneker's going to do it on the final lap. Reneker the win. Rector finishes second. Finishing third will be the 69 of Bucky. 4 spot to the 18 of Frederick, and 5th and 19 of Clayton Oliver. On the last lap, Justin Reneker makes the pass. As I looked away down in turns 1 and 2 at some of the cars battling middle of the pack.
Wow.
Well, that would have been the 3rd win with the 22 car for Rector. So now he's still got 2 with that ride, and Reneker picks up his 2nd in the 175. Chris Cale will get a word with him in a moment. Evan the green is out. Caution flag coming out for a failed start. 8-lap heat race, number 1 for the compacts, coming to turn number 4, and the green is out.
How much money you putting on that?
Not a lot. And we've got Frederick into the lead. Stresky stopping to bring out a caution in turn 2.
Yeah, I think she's got a left front down.
Frederick and Bucky, 2 of our point contenders on our front row, going to come to green off of turn number 4. Here we go. It's Frederick inside, Bucky outside lane. It's the 8 car. We've got him threading the needle back in the field. This might not work, and it won't. Around goes the 19 of Oliver. Green flag is out. Frederick and Bucky up front battling not only for this win, and now they've got them 3 wide again because the 19 of Oliver opened up the second lane. We go down into the corner. It's threading the needle. Rector up into the 5th spot. Frederick's going to lead lap number 1. Bucky still fighting to the outside lane. Bucky outside of McLean. Bucky has a pretty sizable advantage on Frederick as well as Oliver in the compact championship chase, but still needing to start the feature and have a decent run tonight. He's running right now in the 3rd spot here in the fast heat. 2 laps into the books, 6 laps to go. Frederick leading the way. McLean to the inside of Frederick. Oh, some contact as Frederick slammed the door shut, and here comes Kyle Finlayson to the outside. Finlayson for the lead. Just about the halfway mark. It's going to be 4 laps in, 4 to go. Rector gets to the inside of McLean. He closes the door again. He's going to close it again. No, he's going to give him a little bit of room in 3 and 4. But up front, Finlayson going to take over the top spot. Finlayson into the lead. McLean now has dropped off the pace. He's going to take his ride into the pits. Finlayson just about clearing the 18 of Frederick, giving him plenty of room, almost too much in fact, because Rector about got to the inside. 3 to go. If Finlayson opens it up again coming off at 2, well, it's going to be Reneker taking advantage of this one. He's going to go to the inside. Look out on the backstretch. As we continue on, Finlayson in the lead. Finlayson leading the way through turns 3 and 4. 2 to go. Finlayson coming to the white flag next time around. Finlayson coming to the white flag. 1 more lap to go. Finlayson with a little over half a lap to go. He'll be racing to the checkered. The driver calls Bolivar home. About his 3rd year of racing, your winner, Kyle Finlayson. Finishing 2nd, Rector. Finishing 3rd, the 19 of Oliver. 4 spot to the 69. Coming to the line, your winner, taking advantage of the wildness that ensued. The Finlayson Towing, Kiefer Auto number 15 of Bolivar's Kyle Finlayson. So last week, their 20-lap feature, one of the cleanest races of the night in the main event night on Memorial Day or Labor Day Monday, as they went caution-free, flag to flag for 20 laps. It's going to be Strusky in the 17, Bucky in the 69, and the points battle in this division has been fairly tight, but Bucky's got himself a 45-point advantage, and there's 4 points between each spot. For Bucky, it would be his 3rd straight championship. He won 2 championships in the stock compact division. Now he's up here in the compact division for the first time, and he's leading the way in the standings, entering this final point feature, and the green flag is out, and it's a good start. Caution flag out. So around goes the 8 car of McLean. Green flag coming off of turn number 4. It is Strusky and Bucky to the green. And again, a good start for Bucky in the 69 as we go into the first turn. Outside lane moving up quickly. Gage Jayberg sliding back in the 3rd groove of the 21 car after a few feature wins this year. Almost looked like something wrong with the 21. On the move early, going to be Kyle Finlayson in the 15. Kyle Rector in the 22 car. Bucky leads the way. Here comes Rector to the inside lane. Bucky able to hold him off so far. He will give Rector room, and Kyle Rector going to be able to squeeze by. And for the lead, coming to the conclusion of lap 2, it is Kyle Rector. Bucky in 2nd. It is Finlayson now taking over 2nd. Bucky ahead of the 19 of Oliver. Those are our 2 for the points right there. Dan Bucky, Clayton Oliver. But Oliver needs to finish about 11 spots ahead, 12 spots ahead of the 69. of Bucky to claim the championship. So he's going to need some bad luck for Bucky. In fact, he's going to almost need to win at this point because the 0 of Clark is driving around through the infield. 4 laps in, 16 to go for the 22 of Rector. Rector leading the way, Finlayson in second, running third, the 19 car of Clayton Oliver running fourth, the 69 of Bucky, and fifth, all the way up to fifth already is the 175 of Justin Reniker. So this thing far from over as Reniker has moved all the way from the back of the pack up to fourth. And remember, last week he made a last lap pass of Kyle Rector for the victory. Six laps into the 20. Normally compacts running 15 laps at Midvale, but there are normally 2 features, with all of them in 1 feature. The last couple of weeks we've made them 20 lappers. McIntosh Oil Company late models lining up in the pits as they get ready for their 30-lap season championship feature. First 5 strung out. All the way down the back stretch. Dan Bucky in a great position right now, just biding his time, logging laps. Still have 13 cars on the track, so technically and mathematically could still have a point championship change as Clayton Oliver runs in third, Bucky runs in fifth. But at this point, Oliver would basically have to win, and Bucky would have to finish as the last car on the lead lap. Coming up on the halfway point the next time around, it's going to be 10 laps in, 10 to go. One thing that might make this one more entertaining as well is some of the slower traffic coming up. For Kyle Rector, for Kyle Finlayson, and for Clayton Oliver, the third place car. They're going to be closing on the 21 of Gage Jayberg. Anthony McClintock in the 42 with that different ride this week seems to be doing relatively well. And his rookie season just has run now his second night. And halfway has been completed, now 11 complete. Rector able to thread some needle down in turn number 2, gets around the 21 of Jayberg, gets underneath the 42 of McClintock, will go to the high side of the 8 of McLean. And Finlayson has to do the same to hang on to his second position. Off the pace, Tim Frederick in the 18. Frederick will take his ride into the pits. Good season for Tim Frederick. Won a couple of features. Came up a little bit short in the championship chase. Had a couple of rough nights here late in the season. Rector has caught Daniel Risley in the 101 car, putting him a lap down. 3 more cars to put down a lap before the end of this one. Into the infield goes Anthony McClintock. So Rector with a comfortable lead on Finlayson now has Koger in the 7 to go around. There's a 75 of Beatty and the 17 of Stresky going to make it 3 wide. This could get interesting heading into the third turn. Boy, Rector took it in deep in turn 3, able to get around the duo. 4 to go for Kyle Rector, the new Philadelphia driver. Going to be 3 to go for Rector now. Finlayson working past his teammate Zach Koger going into 3. 17 complete for Kyle Rector. And Dan Bucky has clinched the championship, as enough cars have fallen out of this race to put him into a position where he can't lose the points in 2014. Going to be the white flag the next time by for the 22 car of Kyle Rector. Final lap for Rector. 1 to go. Rector, comfortable lead through turn 2. Last week, this was about the point that Reniker made the pass. Tonight, looks like Rector is going to bring it home to victory. Kyle Rector off of turn 4. The new Philadelphia driver picks up his 4th win of the season. Second spot goes to the 15 of Finlayson. Third, the 19 of Oliver. Fourth will be the 175 of Renneker. Fifth spot to Bucky in the 69 as Bucky clinches the championship.